71s. See Rowdy Robertson and the gang over here. They'll take good care of you. Westside Chevrolet, Katy, Texas. Grand Parkway exit both ways. All right, welcome back to the Thunder Road Show. We got Fabian Bell sitting with us, but first we're going to start out with our Come On Man.
Come on, man. Is it
segment.
Come On Man, or is it better with Bob?
I think it's better with Bob. The people need to vote. Trent Butler's in the house. What's up? So this segment is a safety
segment. We're going to talk about safety every week. We're going to try to take a minute and just talk about safety. So is it better with Bob, or is it Come On Man?
I think better with Bob.
Okay.
Better with Bob, the Come On Man segment.
So we got this segment is going to be brought to you by Pro One. This is our newest sponsor, Jeff Heffler and his group, and the Dallas area, Mansfield, I think, area up by Galen, and those guys do a great job. They started this company making safety products, and
they're made here in Texas.
Yeah, what could be better than making us all safe in the race car?
Yep.
So
let's
we're going to talk to Fabian in a minute, driver of the Godzilla Turbo.
Everybody loves on
no
YouTube.
car.
Most of the best videos are when people opening shit online.
Oh, hell yeah, look at that.
Swag, Pro One
Swag.
USA.
Boom.
They are a sponsor of the Redemption Series also, so
Nice.
that's
Very
cool.
nice. That's a really big shirt. That's probably for you. Boom. Heck
Pro
yeah.
One USA.
Very nice.
They make the belts there at that facility. They buy the materials and make
Him and his
these.
wife actually do it.
Pro One USA.
All right. Jeff Heffler is the owner, president of the company. He is a multi-time NHRA world champion in various classes with over 40 years of racing experience. Having a crash a few years ago in Denver, Colorado is what ultimately led the company to being born. These belts are built in-house. Once you compare the quality of the sewing and the components used to other brands, you will realize why so many racers across the country have chosen Pro One. The belts are proudly built in Fort Worth, Texas. Pro One is one of the very few companies that still build seat belts in the USA. A race car's quality should not stop with the seat belts. Racers spend thousands of dollars on top-of-the-line components with their race car, yet some choose overseas-built low-quality seat belts that are the most important part of the driver's safety in the race car in the event of crash.
Absolutely.
www.pro1safety.com or call 855-GET-PRO1. And these things are awesome.
These
Look
are
at this.
fabulous, man.
You can get different colors. If you got, they got blue, red, green, purple. I've seen look awesome. Man, really nice cam lock kind of deal.
Quick release.
Quick release.
Quick release. Oh, I like.
And it says Pro Elite on the belt here, and Pro One is stitched on in a sew-on patch on the belt. Man, that is fabulous.
Oh, it's
Very nice quality.
very high end.
Wait, we got to get this.
That's clicked in, buddy. Look at these adjustment straps.
And here's the locking system. You see, dude, I did that
Oh, that's a
pretty.
lot easier.
Yeah, that is way better. That's
Inside the car, a lot of times that's the hardest thing to do. You know,
Yeah, it's
you
to
got
pull-
gloves
cinch your
on and
belts
everything.
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look how that sprung like that. Very good quality stuff here, man. You guys need to check out Pro One Safety. www.pro1safety.com.
And I'm going to tell you this right now. We were at Lights Out 9 this year,
Mm-hmm.
and they started checking belts at that event, and it was one of the first times they really got serious about checking the belts. They sold 100 sets of belts.
Right.
I was helping tech this weekend, and people had belts that were way out of date. And
Okay.
they can look okay, but these are 3-year belts,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to get them. So this was till 2020, right? 2-year belts.
Yep. These are 2-year belts.
2-year belts.
16-1 spec. Look how every end is perfectly melted, so it's not going to fray.
Yeah.
I mean, you can really see the quality in these, and this is stuff made for racers by racers. So
Yeah.
you know it's going to be.
Check
quality
your
stuff.
belts. Check them often. Even though they look good, they could be out of date, and
Yeah.
you don't want.
You know these
something.
these things are only good for 2 years for a reason,
Yeah.
and the reason is that the sun and UV rays that hit these things can damage the thread.
Yeah.
Okay, and you know there's no reason to take a chance on seat belts. They're about $300, $200 to $300 or so, and this is what saves your ass.
Yeah.
Every rule that is in the rule book that is for safety is written in blood. Most of them. Somebody got hurt or got killed for us to learn the way to do this and the right way to stay safe in doing it. And so, it's safety is the number one priority. If you're not being safe about it, you shouldn't even be doing it.
Yeah.
And so, my thing the point that I wanted to make tonight is there's a lot of no prep guys that watch this deal, and a lot of no prep guys that we know, and no prep is an exciting form of racing that's growing by leaps and bounds.
Yes.
But let's face it, with no prep, it's a little more risky. I mean, that prep is that little bit of a security blanket that keeps us on the tires instead of on our lid. And, even with good prep, you can see cars get on their lid. I saw it this weekend in Tulsa.
Yeah.
Guy ruined a nice car. But the main thing is when you're taking more of a risk running on no prep, you should absolutely have belts that are in date. You should have every piece of safety equipment that you are supposed to have to keep you safe, because, you're going to spend that money on that nitrous kit you want from Nitrous Outlet. You're going to spend that money on those badass axles from Mosier. You're going to spend that money on that good carburetor from Da Vinci. You may as well spend that money on some Pro One seat belts and have the best shit you can have underneath you, and the good helmet and the Hans device and all the stuff you're supposed to have.
Yeah, and I see a lot of people that and you made a good point, and you see a lot of people that say, well, nothing's happened yet, but you don't want to be the statistic.
Right.
You don't want to be the reason that it gets real strict.
Right.
For everybody else.
Yeah.
And then you're not able. Leah Oaks can attest to that. She was at a redemption race at Texas Motorplex and crashed her car really hard and had a concussion and was sore for a long time. Her chassis did the job, but if she didn't have good in-date belts and all the right stuff on, how many times have we seen guys in big tire cars not putting gloves on and running methanol,
or not having a window net up,
or not having the right suit for the speed of their car? And
Right.
Shannon instituted the belly pin and diaper rule to help the cleanup of the track.
Great idea.
But
it's also going to keep cars from getting on their lid.
yeah,
Right.
On the second part of that is when is it gonna? So she changed it because to make the cleanup faster mainly. But when is it she's going to get real strict? When somebody's going to get real strict because someone got hurt because their belts were out of date.
Right. I think that's probably coming soon, because she, is going to want her racers to be able to not have to scramble to pass tech at these national events that she's getting them into.
Yeah.
And in order to take it to the next level, then everybody's got to be safe about doing it. And there's nobody out here with junk shit that doesn't have enough money to buy the right stuff for safety. Let's face it. Everybody's got really nice stuff, and everybody wants to put on that this is an outlaw thing, but
when you're getting national attention, you're getting to go to NHRA events invited for the third time.
Yeah.
When you're getting on TV, you need to have, if you're a nitrous car running like Bob, set up like what could be a top sportsman car or whatever, you need to have a 20 suit on.
Yeah, or 15.
A 15 suit on at least. You need to have gloves on. You need to have a Hans device or a neck brace. You need to have a window net.
Boosted applications are supposed to have boots and the
Yeah.
extra gloves and that kind of protection, and we're going to get into that a little bit. But, you just never know what can happen. It happened to me in 2003. I'm in Memphis racing an IHRA or an NHRA race, and going along, minding my own business in the left lane, just about to the finish line, running 990 at 150 or so. And the guy next to me's radiator cap comes off. Loses control of his car. Unbeknownst to me, all I know is right before he hit me, I saw him out the window, and put me in the wall at 150 miles an hour at the finish line. And from then on, I hit my knee against the roll cage. From then on, I always had padding on the cage in the car, and now I'm in a poured-in seat, which protects me there. But you never know what could happen in this deal, and you might have a problem, or your opponent may have a problem. There's nothing separating you.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I decided if I'm going to run top sportsman, which is what we moved up to, even though I'm not going 200, the guys that I'm racing against are, and they have to have a Hans device, so I'm damn sure going to have one too.
Yeah.
So I spent the $1,000 it took to get one, and you know what? The stuff I wear in that race car costs more than anything else I wear in my closet. I mean, my whole closet isn't worth what that stuff is worth. And so, that stuff is the most important to me because that's what gets me home to my kids and my wife.